Everyone is. Within 1 week, Caitlin Clark makes WNBA history, 45 points and 10 assists against the Seattle Storm, becomes the Eastern Conference Player of the Week, featured on the cover of 2K27 Deluxe Edition. Guys, what if Caitlin Clark scored all them points for the rollout? Bro, if Caitlin Clark knew which I'm going to say she did know, she knew she was going to be on the cover of this 2K. She knew today, Wednesday, July 22nd, that this announcement was going to come out. And not only did she know, she balled out there a week ago, 45 and 10, 222 threes made. Internet. Yes, our girl Caitlin Clark is now turning heads as becoming the deluxe cover of NBA 2K27. And not only is she there alone, Wembanyama is on the other cover. But, you know, Caitlin got to get the deluxe version.
1 week, that's all it took. Caitlin Clark dropped 45 points and 10 assists against the Seattle Storm, and the very next day, 2K announced she's on the Deluxe Edition cover of NBA 2K27. And here's where it gets interesting. That's not a coincidence. That's not random timing. That's a statement wrapped inside another statement. And if you're not paying attention to what those statements actually mean, you're missing the real story entirely. Welcome to Baseline TV. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and keep watching because we're about to break down why a video game cover matters way more than most people realize. A 45-point, 10-assist performance paired with a Deluxe Edition announcement within 24 hours isn't just a hot week. It's a message about who the basketball business now trusts to move attention, merchandise, and copies of a game in the middle of July.
Hey, John Root for Outkick shared this on his X account. That's how I just found out about it, man. Moments ago, he said Caitlin Clark is officially the NBA 2K20 cover Deluxe Edition cover athlete. Never forget the decision by 2K to keep Caitlin Clark off the cover in 2026 and instead put Angel Reese on the face of.
Here's the thing that needs to be said out loud before anything else makes sense. This is not Caitlin being added somewhere in the background as a courtesy. This is not a small feature buried in the fine print. The Deluxe Edition, the premium tier that players pay extra money for, that's where she is. Victor Wembanyama is on another cover. Derrick Rose is connected to the Ultra Edition, but Caitlin gets the Deluxe. That distinction matters because different versions target different sections of the basketball audience, and 2K just placed her image directly in front of the consumers most willing to spend extra money on this product. They're not guessing, they're investing.
Oh, and she's one of the CC1s. Guys, this game is going to sell off the damn shelves because one thing that don't get talked about enough is that a lot of people associate Caitlin friends with grown adult people. You know, Caitlin has a lot of kid fans. Hell, my kids, for one, are Caitlin Clark fans. If you guys don't know, I have 4 kids. And everybody in my house is Caitlin Clark down. We waiting on the shoes drop. My kids got Caitlin Clark jerseys. They ready, bro. And I know for damn sure I don't have the only kids in the country that is in love.
The easy reaction is to celebrate the placement and move on with your day. The harder question, the one that actually matters, is why the company believes people will pay extra specifically for the version carrying her face. And before you can answer that, you have to understand what happened a year ago, because there's a contrast here that changes everything. Last year, Angel Reese was on the 2K cover. Caitlin wasn't, whether people agree with that decision or not. The comparison shows exactly how rapidly her status has shifted inside the basketball business. A cover athlete isn't selected because they're a good basketball player. That's baseline. These are advertising decisions. The company is choosing a face that can dominate social media feeds, generate pre-orders, appeal to casual fans, and become instantly recognizable on digital storefronts. The player's statistics matter, but market reach matters just as much.
It's going to sell probably better than any other damn 2K game that they had in a mighty long time. Now, Caitlin Clark has definitely turned heads with her performance on the basketball court and the way she has, I don't know, shifted the narrative when it comes to her name. You feel me? So this information came from the 2K actual site.
This announcement became bigger than a normal endorsement because it reopened an entire argument that's been following Caitlyn since she entered the professional game. Is the basketball establishment responding to her impact quickly enough, or is it still being forced to catch up after the audience has already decided on its own? And here's the first major clue that most people miss when they are celebrating the cover placement. It's not just traditional basketball fans buying this game. Look at the demographics of who's actually interested. Parents with kids who grew up watching Caitlyn in college, kids who already have Caitlyn Clark jerseys, households where everybody is Caitlyn Clark down, as one father described it. Families waiting on her signature shoe drop to hit stores. That matters because family recognition is commercial gold in a way that casual fandom isn't.
This announcement came from today. So these are all of the different versions. So this is the standard version, but you got to pay a little extra. You want Caitlyn Clark version. You know, you got to pay a little extra for this one. You dig the Deluxe Edition. Then we got the Ultra Edition with Derrick Rose on there. But you got Wemby on one, Caitlyn. And yeah, man, you see mine's highlighted from my PlayStation. But yeah, so they have not listed the price of the game yet, I do not believe. But this is the actual 2K.
A longtime basketball fan might buy 2K every year regardless of who's on the cover. But a child asking their parent for the Caitlyn Clark edition, that's a different purchase entirely. A parent who barely followed the WNBA 2 years ago, but now recognizes the player, understands the cultural significance of the cover, and sees the game as connected to something bigger. That parent makes a choice most annual buyers never consider. That crossover is genuinely difficult to manufacture at scale. You can purchase advertisements. You can hire influencers. You can flood social media with promotional clips. What you cannot easily purchase is genuine identification. Caitlyn's supporters don't simply acknowledge that she's talented. Many of them feel genuinely invested in her progression, her treatment by the media, her teammates, her injuries, her minutes, and even the criticism directed at her. That emotional attachment is what transforms visibility into actual spending.
Hey, website. Now I'm here to tell you, dog, this is lit. This is lit. Caitlyn Clark lands the cover of 2K Deluxe Edition. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Everyone's talking about this. Everyone is. Within 1 week, Caitlyn Clark makes WNBA history, 45 points and 10 assists against the Seattle Storm, becomes the Eastern Conference Player of the Week, featured on the cover of 2K27.
It also explains why every single Caitlyn-related business announcement automatically becomes a debate about way more than basketball. Her supporters view recognition as overdue validation of something they've known for years. Critics sometimes view the scale of the attention as excessive or disproportionate. And the company in the middle, the one making the actual business decision, doesn't need to settle that argument. It only needs to understand that both sides will talk. Both sides will share. Both sides will generate conversation that reaches audiences who might not even care about the technical debate, but are interested in the drama surrounding it. That's free marketing. That's organic reach. That's the hidden value of a cover that generates controversy instead of universal praise.
Deluxe Edition. Guys, what if Caitlyn Clark scored all them points for the rollout? Bro, if Caitlyn Clark knew which I'm going to say she did know, she knew she was going to be on the cover of this 2K. She knew today, Wednesday, July 22nd, that this announcement was going to come out. And not only did she know, she balled out there a week ago, 45 and 10, 222 threes made. Caitlyn Clark is the rollout queen, bro. I mean, kids is finna be lining up blocks, city blocks to get this game. I ain't gonna hold you. I believe city blocks.
The prediction became aggressive pretty quickly. This could become one of the strongest selling 2K releases in years. That's an opinion, not a confirmed sales result, and the game's ultimate performance will depend on far more than just a cover. Gameplay quality matters, pricing matters, platform availability matters, reviews matter, consumer fatigue from annual releases matters. But the logic behind the prediction isn't ridiculous, because Caitlyn brings an entire group of potential buyers who might not normally organize their calendar around a basketball video game release. Even people who don't actually purchase the game will repost the cover, debate the player selection, compare editions, and hand 2K free promotion worth millions in traditional advertising dollars. The cover doesn't just sit on a box anymore. It becomes a shareable image. It becomes reaction videos. It becomes television segments. It becomes fan arguments. It becomes a status symbol. The announcement itself becomes content.
Nobody, bro. Ball over everything. Oh, this is hard. Oh, this is hard, bruh. This is just to see, guys. Like, it's really hard for me holding back emotions, bro, doing this one here, doing this video here, and hearing Caitlyn speak about, you know, the level of preparation, the greatness she go through, because there was a time, her rookie year, when we all questioned whether or not Caitlyn Clark will be able to survive in this league without being mauled.
And this is where the Caitlyn effect genuinely separates itself from ordinary athlete popularity. Many excellent players command respect inside their sport. Caitlyn repeatedly pushes stories beyond the normal boundaries of the league itself. A routine game becomes a national argument. A minute's restriction becomes a coaching controversy. A technical foul becomes a major storyline. A video game cover becomes a referendum on the direction of women's basketball and how the business values female athletes. That level of influence extends far beyond the basketball court, and it's exactly what makes her valuable to companies trying to monetize attention in 2026. The placement on the Deluxe Edition isn't just rewarding past performance, it's betting on future conversation.
But Caitlyn has adapted a different core around her shell, a different, I don't know, swagger about her now. And she's way more aggressive. She's way more focused. Go back and look at Caitlyn Clark that rookie year until now. It's a totally different style player. Her attitude, her mentality has changed. And it's just great to see her grow, not into a great young woman, but into an excellent, outstanding basketball player.
Caitlyn Clark has reached a stage where an image of her holding a basketball can launch a full argument about greatness, coaching, marketing, gender, fandom, and the future of an entire league. Very few athletes ever reach that level of symbolic power in their sport. The deluxe cover is not the final validation of her career. It's another sign that the business surrounding basketball understands what the audience has been saying for a long time. When Caitlyn is involved, people stop, watch, argue, and often spend money. Now the choice is yours. Is this cover mainly a reward for elite basketball performance, or is it the clearest proof yet that Caitlyn Clark has become the most commercially powerful force in the women's game? Drop your answer in the comments, smash that like button, and make sure you're subscribed because we've got more breakdowns coming.